Not having much luck with Samsungs this week. I think I've had 2 or 3 that have got a smashed screen. And this one probably has, because it's one of those curved shockers. Right, sorry about the glare. Let's switch it on. Did anything happen? Where's the standby light? The backlights are trying to come on. I think, as a guess, I think we've got shorted backlights on this and it's stopping the TV from coming on. Don't you? Well, guess again, fatty. Yeah, I think one of the LEDs is shorted to ground and it won't allow it to go any further. Not too sure what condition the screen is in. This is a TV that's been gifted to me by somebody who basically didn't want to take it to the tip. I think it may be a smart TV. I'm bound to have some backlights of these, because this is the J series and we always we overstocked on the J and the F and the H. And this is a 40 or 43. Can't remember. So let's just stick. Normally my next stage would be just to unplug the backlights and see if we see a picture, a faint picture. But as long as the screen is okay, let's take the screen out, put a brand new set of backlights in and see how we get on. I think that will just do it, to be honest with you. Well, think again, fatty. As I say, I'm not too sure if this TV is a smart TV, if it's 4K. I really can't remember. I think it may be one of the early ones. It could have been one of the first curved, and it's only a gradual curve, but it could have been one of the first curved smart 4K TV, so it should be worth repairing. The other thing which I like about it, I don't know why, but it's got a satellite input as well. They always come in handy, especially in the workshop here. They always come in handy just to watch the news channels in HD rather than standard definition anyway. Let's just look at that model number again, and I'll bring up the details on Google and just see exactly what this is. I mean, it's bound to be a full HD. Whether it's 4K or smart, I'm not too sure. Well, that answers that question, doesn't it? I repaired one of these for a neighbour maybe a year ago. Exactly the same model, 40-inch, the curved one. Same problem, backlights, which is why I've got so many in stock. And then when I put the TV back together, the picture was nice, but there was a very faint line down the side. But they never noticed, they never said anything, so I didn't say anything. But it was only very faint. The trouble is with these, they are curved, but of course the screens aren't curved. They are just normal flat screens that they put a curve in. So you can imagine what's going to happen to this screen in a second. It's been in a curved position for 6 years, 7 years, don't know how old it is. And in a moment we're going to take it out and it's going to go straight, it's just going to go boom, straight up, straighten up, and it could cause us stress. Shouldn't cause us stress on these. This is what caused the lines, but we'll just see. problem with these curved TV screens is there's no such thing as a curved TV screen. There's a curved TV, and all they've got is standard flat screens in there that just curve a bit. And I can imagine what a TV is like once it's been stuck in a set for 8 to 10 years, then you take it out and all of a sudden it straightens up. It can cause problems, it can crack, but there's a higher percentage and a bigger chance of lines developing on the screen, so this is a bit of a gamble. And as I soon find out, it's not the only fault. Plenty have fallen off. It's at this point I panic and realise that I haven't gone looking for any backlights yet, so see you in a moment. I've got some that were marked up as J, but this is a JU. Hopefully I just didn't scribble down the U. They do look very similar. Is that right? Yes, I think it is. No, I don't go preaching too much about safety on this channel because I think most people have got common sense and know what to do with power supplies. One of my rules is even if I'm just working on backlights, which is low current, always unplug the backlights from the power supply because the capacitors in there could hold a charge. Enough to give you a little bell to make you regret it. Wow. Like that. Backlight's still got a charge. Bit of DC tickle. unplugged them when I got a belt, didn't I? Which possibly means I'm going to get another belt now. Take two. Well, they're still blinking as if they've got a short, so we could have a problem on the power board. I was going to say otherwise they're not all connected, but they're all blinking, so they're all connected. Backlight area looks fine. Let's disconnect the main board, see if they are all coming on. I think we've got a power supply issue somewhere. Oh, I don't know if you missed that. Okay. Well, I've just taken the power supply out because there seems to be either a small crack or there's a loose connection around the backlight area of this board. Because when I touched the board and touched the caps, the backlights would stay on. So, but I'm sorry if you didn't see that. Yeah, I must have forgotten to press the record button, which I do from time to time. But it was as soon as I started touching around about this sort of area, this is where the caps are in the backlight circuit. And the backlights would stay on. So there's a dry join or there's a crack in the board, which I'm just having... I can't see a crack in the board. There are a few kind of suspect, not necessarily dry, not necessarily cracked, but there are a couple of joins that don't seem to have a great amount of solder on. So I think what I'm going to do is just go through it with a bit of leaded solder and see if that helps. Well, there's a few bits around here that look dodgy. Nothing looks terribly, terribly loose, but I'm just going to go round it and put some fresh solder on bits and see what happens. And that's what I'm doing here. You would think after 6 years of making videos that I would learn to put the camera away from my hand, but no. But anyway, I just spent a couple of minutes on touching the board up. As I mentioned, that there were 3 or 4 suspicious-looking ones. Nothing that was really obvious and jumping out at me, but I've given it a clean up and we'll see. Well, they've come straight on this time. This is where I was prodding before and it stopped them from blinking and made them stay on. So I'm just making sure that now they're going to stay on and not go blinking. Yep, looks like we got it. We? What the f have you done? Sorry, I mean welcome all new subscribers. Okay, I'm really sorry. I keep forgetting to hit the record button for some particular reason. So I don't know what you've missed so far, but we did a test and it seemed to be okay. So I've just put the back on and the speakers back in. I have my Samsung service remote, so we'll reset it. Because it's probably... I don't know where I got this from. Oh, I got it from a chap down the road, so it's probably his personal details still on it. I don't know if I can do info factory on this one. It might be info factory. No. Oh, you can. Okay. Just before I do that, I just want to show you something. Can anybody see this app in the bottom left-hand corner? I've put the arrow there. It's got a U on it. I've never seen this before. What's that U mean? What app is that? Bearing in mind I've reset the TV, I'm surprised it was there. Anybody know? So... Ah, well. Wow. Sorry, the picture's flickering a bit. But obviously with brand new backlights and that bright white picture on test was quite impressive. And obviously the TV had more than one fault, so we had the backlights, which we had to do anyway. I don't think it was the backlights causing it to restart. It must have been a dodgy connection on the power supply that we sorted. So we had to have a look at that. And now everything else seems to be okay. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this TV. It's a nice 40-inch TV, smart 4K. Maybe it's got a little value and I should flog it. But the backlights weren't too expensive. They came from AliExpress years ago. They're probably a lot cheaper than what I paid for them 4 or 5 years ago, but that's the way it goes. So I'm just going to leave the picture on test here, just so everything seems to be okay. And spoiler alert, it is. No lines, no missing pixels and that sort of stuff. It's all pretty good. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.